Hey, there we go. I did it really quick this time, but we are live. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for joining us on this fine evening. And I figured we could work out a little quick intro.
Ooh.
Sigil, the city of doors. So, our intrepid band has returned from a shadowy place where they met a shadowy figure in a shadowy land and did a shadowy deal. They've come back changed and different and slightly broken, some of them in some cases. They've come back into the detective agency, which I'll put up on the screen there for everyone to see. And Fraeya's come in and kind of flung herself into a corner. She's just rife with dark tragedy. Jimmy looks very serious, more so than normal. Draken is puzzling and curious, and the master you could almost swear has tears in his eyes. Something you've never seen except for one other time, and we won't talk about that time. Nillios, I'm afraid, just kind of looks confused. However, go ahead.
Just an experience, that's all it was.
That said, Kong, you were left behind napping with Pohan curled up by the fire, probably together on one pillow. You were woken up by the party's return and witnessed your friends come back broken and changed, and we will pick up there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, something seems off. You seem broken and changed. Especially this guy. Who looks the most beat up?
Fraeya.
Especially Fraeya.
Well, first, Kong, glad you're alive. I was a bit worried.
Wow. I was just here with Pohan.
You might remember all the crossbow bolts through the windows. I figured you might have caught one while you were out and about.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. I'm spry.
You're a little better with those things than I am, I guess.
Pohan's gotten up and has started to nuzzle Fraeya worryingly. He's doing that thing that St. Bernards do.
That is a good dog.
He's doing that things that St. Bernards do when they find someone freezing in the cold and kind of laying his head on her shoulder and trying to be as comforting as a Pohan can.
And Fraeya it actually is freezing cold right now.
Oh yeah. If anyone can understand what's going on with you, it's probably that weird little dog. Well, he ain't so little, I guess, but
I'll grab one of the overcoats off of the hook there at the entrance and take that over to Fraeya and kind of... I assume you're curled up on the floor.
Curled up and sobbing.
Well, now you've got an overcoat over you. Maybe that'll help with the cold.
Can I leave?
It's up to you.
I'm just gonna straight up head for the door.
Alright, the master is heading for the door.
I would like to stealth if I can, so no one notices. Everybody's looking at Fraeya. This is a good time for it.
Sure, of course. Let's see your roll. Alright. Poof.
I'm afraid that doesn't beat my passive perception.
Well, you think you're being quite slick anyway.
Heading out, Master?
Goodbye. And out
Out
the
the
door.
door.
close.
Watch for snipers.
I'm going home. One person noticed. That's great. I'm out.
Technically, that also doesn't beat my passive perception either.
Fraeya probably wouldn't have said anything, honestly.
If it makes you feel any better, it beats mine. He's not really aware of what else is going on.
Probably beat.
Yeah, one of those was a nat 1, so...
It's all good. You're not at the top of your game right now. That's fair. So...
Jimmy looks around, surveys the damage. Let's see.
I'm gonna go home, wipe my eyes, and do the predetermined discussion between the Master and Nil where I explain what's happening.
Fair enough. And you already know how that's going to play out, so we'll just let that time kind of pass. All right.
I guess we're doing things in the meantime.
Yeah, of course.
So, Fraeya is obviously traumatized. That's one. New guy looks surprisingly okay.
Yep. I'm perfectly fine. That was a weird experience. I don't know what all that was about. I'm just gonna be here if y'all need me. I don't think you will, but I don't know what that was. It was fascinating, though.
Well, my new good friend, do hang around, but let us sort some stuff out first.
Yeah, what happened?
Poor Colin.
Just 1 second, and Jimmy goes and checks on Draken.
What's Draken doing?
What's Draken up to?
Just standing there. He actually is surprisingly calm. Despite the change in appearance, it does not seem to have affected him.
Jimmy looks up at you and says, "You good, buddy?"
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be?
You can see out that thing?
What?
Got a little bit you got a little bit of something in that eye. You got a lot of something in that eye. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I would like to go look for a mirror. I don't have one to go see
Not sure.
see what I look like.
Does the office have one?
There is.
All right.
There is indeed a mirror. I think it'd be over the mantle.
That'll work.
Huh. It's interesting. I'm gonna make it work.
I want to just pop up over Draken's shoulder and be like, "What is it?"
Draken, would you care to describe?
I look at one of my eyes. I don't recall which one. Is pure white.
Ooh. Should we go blind?
Oh, I see just fine.
Could that be a cataract?
I think it's just cosmetic. It makes me more unique.
Maybe it's cancer. We should cut it out.
Might not be a bad plan,
like that
but
idea.
for a different reason.
I'm gonna keep it
Sure.
because I like
Sure.
it. It makes me special. Thank you.
But you were special without a white eye.
I'm special all the time, but I appreciate your concern.
It
Thank you.
is.
All right, if you ever need it cut out, though, just let me
It
know.
is your left eye, by the way.
I will.
Left eye.
Okay, because
It's left.
my notes don't say. Okay, great.
Left eye.
Yeah, even with that, it doesn't really seem to bother him as.
Alright, so
Er,
Kong, we took a little side trip on accident.
You're welcome.
Met a guy.
You're also
well,
welcome.
Yes.
I say
Is it
met a
that-
guy. Well, I wasn't talking about you. Meeting you was more fun.
Speaking
Was
of,
it? I think I took you there.
I don't think Kong has actually met Nillios.
No, I'm just ignoring him. I think he's some weird dude
Ironically,
at
I
this
will
point.
say that Pohan has not started growling at him. That's a good sign.
That's
While
start.
Jimmy's doing this conversation, Draken is going back to what he normally does when Jimmy talks, and there are shadow puppets.
Classic.
Surprisingly correct in this instance. We wound up some goddamn hell world. Shadowy everywhere. Looked like it was home, but it wasn't. And we had to make some deals to get back.
What kind of deals? You didn't give up the office, did you?
Oh, not mine to give up, fortunately.
All right, we should be good then.
Yeah. I'm glad you weren't there, Kong. I'm glad.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
It wasn't. But we're here, and we got shit to handle, so let's give Fraeya a little time to come around. She had it rough. Still don't know what they got out of her.
Well, if possible. I want to make my way back to the office.
All right.
Do I need to read any of this out?
Any of what's happened between you and Nell?
Right.
That is entirely up to you if you want to share it. However, it did happen in private, so you're not obligated to.
We love to hear about things that happen in the story. That's our favorite.
Alright, let me just fix my input, because I'm sure I'm probably way too quiet.
You're okay on my end tonight.
Only a
Okay.
touch. Just a little quiet.
I can hear him pretty well.
Alright, good, okay. Alright, so we kind of, me and the DM kind of worked this out, in chat, or not really in chat, but like in messages to iron it out so I don't have to waste time with the finagling. So, what I worked out is that the master arrives home with tears running down his face, struggling to keep a straight face after telling himself he has to take some drastic action. Parentheses, murder, to deal with almond milk being a spy. Nil sees this and asks what's wrong. Insight check. Do I need to actually roll that? Or...
No, this is all RP. You're good.
Okay. So I guess, nominal insight check. The master refuses to talk about it, trying to distance himself. Nil uses psychic inquisition, ransack mind to see what happened, and also, I guess by proxy, I don't know if you'll allow this to see what the deals were for everybody else since I was the last one out.
I mean, that's fair. I don't think anyone... You would know basically the
Okay.
verbal understanding of it, not necessarily the details, but the verbal understanding of it.
Okay. Because I'm seeing the master's memories.
Yeah,
So.
that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just yada yada. It says as much, leading to a bit of a fight. The removal of the beast's free will is an issue, and they have to deal with that. But they set it aside for the moment in a stalemate of guilt and anger, and try to work together to talk to almond milk, or blindfold them, or put tape on a fly masks that you sometimes have for horses or mules.
The blinders.
An attempt is made, but they agree this isn't a permanent solution, but it's better than hurting him. If there is an almond milk reaction section to this, he's glad they're not running at him to hurt him. He's a little mad, but he's a good boy. I don't think I had anything else
No, that's
for this.
that's perfectly all right.
Just no health issues for almond milk. He's fine. Doesn't remember. And that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm heading
All
back.
right. So you're on your way back as what's happening right now is happening. Just for sake of time
Compose
passage.
myself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
But until Fraeya comes around and is ready for the group discussion that is quite necessary at this stage, Jimmy's just gonna like get her someplace comfortable and hole up with the blinds drawn.
All right. Pohan won't leave her side because he's an empathic little creature, and she seems to be the most heavily hit. Kind of sitting at the foot of the bed or whatever you put her. A small period of time passes. The master drags back in quietly. Half of you don't even notice until he says something.
Can I ask a quick question just for
Of course.
aesthetics? Since we leveled, is Kris there too?
Yeah, Nillios?
Yes.
No, not that Kris, the other one.
Oh,
Bonus, Kris.
bonus Kris. Kris Palia.
Damn.
Chrysopalia?
I don't know if that's the pronunciation of that, and all the herpetologists are gonna be after me.
Oh, sorry. That is entirely up to you. Like you said,
Did you level up and get a lizard friend?
that particular little creature likes to stay hidden within the confines of your clothing. So sharing it is up to you.
I'll say it's there, but they won't notice it. They won't see it because it's under the cloak at this point.
Yeah, it's quietly resting.
Jimmy is visibly surprised and pleased that you've returned.
I don't know what this pronunciation is. I'm trying.
It's okay. It's your name to choose, so pronounce it how you see fit.
So it's C.
If you want us to take a crack at it and embarrass ourselves.
Chrys.
So I'm just gonna-
Kris.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Kris. It's not that Kris. It's the other one.
Yes,
It's Nil and Nillios all over again. I'm telling you.
Kris is there. Yes.
Cool.
All right, so Kong, there's a lot of moping going on, a lot of quiet, uncomfortable looks being shared, none of them at you. You're probably a little uncomfortable, possibly a little bored, and a little agitated that you're still not really sure what's going on.
What time of day is it?
Evening.
Are there any 24-hour like donut shops around? Because donuts make everyone feel better.
Donut shops, huh? I don't know, last time you guys ordered delivery, it didn't go so well. Well, I did
What's the odds of that happening?
I
again?
did share your location on the interactive map. The closest things would be the Zero Ale House at the other end of the street, and the Orsmonder's Meats, which is kind of another street over.
Meh. I don't feel like it. Well, booze can uplift the spirits.
There's Allesha's Pantry a little further up, not too far from Black Boot Way, or Black Boot Walk.
I'll hold off on it for now. None of them scream.
Well, the pantry's a
Delicious
charity
make-
kitchen, so
Could come back with some 10-day-old donuts for everyone.
yeah. But I mean, you're familiar with it. You've probably eaten there a lot,
Right. Are there any board games in the house? Or in the
There's probably some dice games,
So I'm gonna get
maybe
like
cards.
yeah. I'm gonna go around with everyone and see if everyone like wants to play some games to feel better. Hey Fraeya,
If you show up with
you
dice, Jimmy will play liar's dice.
Fraeya, you seem upset. Would you want to play some cards or dice?
I really don't, Kong. I don't feel like it.
It could make you feel better.
I can't. I can't muster myself.
Why not?
This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
I can't muster myself to do anything right now.
What could I do to help?
I don't think there's really anything anyone can do.
Okay. And I'm gonna move on to Draken. And I'm gonna stare at his one white eye. But I'm gonna try and no, I'm just gonna be obvious about it. What's up with everyone?
The short story or long story, Con?
Knowing you, let's go with the short story.
Figured you went short. We ran away. Had our kind friend over there.
Wait, there's someone else here?
Gestured towards Nillios.
Who the hell's he?
One of the biggest people in the room. He's hard to miss.
See? Dave.
Hi.
And he got us out of... He a portal for us. He went through into a place of shadows. He ended up going through the shadow realm. Hit up some weird people. So I think we met them on the airship. Weird. I don't know. They seemed to be angry. They were flying. It was quite impressive. Then we kept going. Met a man. And we met a thing that was dressed as a man.
You met a man dressed as a man who looked like a man?
Met a thing that was dressed as a man, pretending to be a man. Probably wasn't really a man.
God, Miss Swan just joined the game.
Then he offered to get us out of there, but we all had to make a deal, and we all made different deals. And most of the people's deals were rather traumatic. It is really Fraeya's. I got the eye. That was my deal.
But
and I'm back.
It doesn't make any sense.
I breathe fire. Why do you think things make sense?
Because you're a dragon person, so...
I bend reality to my whims. Things just happen. Just get used to it.
Alright. I'm gonna go back to bed.
That sounds like a good plan.
We need you. We need you, but you probably are getting tired, and it's gonna be, I can't really say the biggest day of our lives tomorrow, for multiple reasons, but a big one. So, hell, we're all here. Let's do our best. Everybody gather around.
I might also have a additional trick that I picked up.
Fraeya's going to stalk over.
Once you're set up in a chair, I just actually orient the speaking circle around you, so you don't have to move
Are
again.
we passing the speaking stick this time, or?
Nah, we don't do that anymore. Jimmy waits until everybody's here. To Nillios, he says, internal organization meeting. You're gonna have to give us a minute, buddy. There's some
Sure.
drinks in the tall boy downstairs.
I mean, all right, I guess. He is going to give something to Fraeya, though, really quick before he leaves. But I'll tell her what that does.
Alright.
But once everybody's together, Jimmy's looking down at his palm, which has a new tattoo, his very first. And he says, all right, well, confession first, I've learned something. I can't run this the way he did. This business, I can't do it the way Stapleton kept it going for all of us. And looks like it's cost us. So, to pull all of our asses out of the fire together, I'm gonna try and run it my way. We're gonna see how well my way works. I'm gonna need your help. Because we are in pretty deep on this one. If anybody wants to run, try your chances getting out of Sigil. Let me know now.
That'll be me, Jimmy. I can't do it anymore. I really can't. What that thing stole from me was one of my seasonal aspects. Stole my summer. I didn't know what he meant whenever he said he wanted my summer. I thought maybe he just wanted me to stay manifested in that for a while, and then he would borrow me for some task or what have you. I don't know. I feel like this is all my fault and that I should have made a deal. I should not have made a deal. I should have learned. I should have known from the Unseelie Fae, but I just... Oh, I knew I wouldn't get out of there if I didn't. I was trapped in a corner and he stole something precious from me. Just... I know I feel the closest affinity for Autumn, but I take immense amount of pride in being able to get closer to that ideal, that original mutable nature of elves when we were all Fae. Once upon a time, I took pride in that. And he stole my ability to manifest a season of summer. So and not being able to do that, I feel less myself. I feel less Fae. I feel like a method of expression was just absolutely stolen from me. It's one less way that I can express myself, and I lost it. And at that, I feel broken and empty and hollow. Less than who I was, even more so that whenever he took my summer aspect, he took my ability to feel anger. I can't even express anger over what happened to me back there. I can't pursue any form of just justice fueled by that inner passion and fire, and I can't. I just feel broken and hollow and empty, and I just want to go home.
Jimmy's patting you on the back at this point. Says, might be a lot better if you could. Do you know how to get back to your people in the Feywild? Can you do it safely?
I do, actually. I can.
Do you need us to cover your way out, or is it easier than that?
I think it's a lot easier than that.
All right. The next work would be pretty hard if you couldn't get angry. So, once we're clear of this mess with Otachan, we'll get angry for you. I think we're gonna have... He looks down at his hand again. Problems with that guy.
Yeah, I appreciate you still being in my steed.
I'm not going to say we can get it back. I don't exactly know how it works. I'm not sure that's something you can get back.
You will get it back.
If we can't, we'll at least put a sword through his heart for you.
I appreciate it. In the meantime, though, I am going to take some time to heal in my home.
You should. More of us can get out, the better. But Jimmy turns back to the rest of the circle for now. For those of us that can't, how are you feeling? Looks to Kong, Draken, Master.
I feel great.
We're so glad Kong feels great.
I am, actually.
At least,
Jimmy is very pleased about
at
Kong.
least somebody's not messed up.
You know I got your back. I'm
I
beyond,
do,
Jimmy.
I know. Master? Glad you came back.
Intentional silence. I'm not.
But you did, though. So, Jimmy scratches his head for a moment. He says, okay. This is all I got. We're going to have to try it. Here's the players. Here's the plan. We've got the heart. Pulls out the box and sets it right there. We got Falls from Grace. We got Hatches. Hatches is going to be helpful. Is that on your door? Or is that us supposed to recognize somebody knocking?
No, it's in the background. Sorry.
You're good. Just had to check. We got Hatches. We got Noxana. We got Otachan. Here's what I think. Falls from Grace knows more than she led on when she hired us for this. We go to her. We flip her. This makes it back to the Mercy Killers again. We're going to need her testimony. We're going to need more info before we go on. But if we get her, we can go to Hatches. Say we got these statements from her. We can strong-arm him into supporting us. I don't know exactly how much he's in with Otachan, but if we put enough against him, we can flip him. Noxana, I bet we can get much better information out of. And also another testimony against him. Then if we get all that, we can get to the Mercy Killers, see if they can call off the inquiry against me and bring it around on him. And if he's too powerful, which, well-placed as he may be, they might decline to have too much to do with him. Maybe we can just get him to look the other way while he has an unfortunate accident. We have a day until he comes calling again. I don't know about you, but I would rather them put me in the ground than that man get anything he wants ever again. So, that's what I got. We go, we lie, cheat, and steal. We muscle our way up to one of the most powerful men in the city, and we just push him over.
It's a bold plan.
Sounds good. I like simple.
So where do we begin?
It's dominoes. Well, we should know where Falls from Grace went with her girls when they fled the brothel. We did arrange to know that at the time.
So, Fall from Grace, you want her safe house, basically.
Yes, wherever she is now, and she was expecting us to eventually make it there to her, so hopefully they won't try and shut us out.
That'd most likely be her private domicile.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So is that where you want to head right now, or?
I'd like to head there soon, but I was thinking probably if Fraeya can get back to the Feywild, we'd want to see her off first. It's not really safe around here.
Well, I will say, and we've already discussed this, Fraeya can get back safely on her own.
Mm-hmm.
She knows the way. She has the key.
Jimmy will still ask before he gets up to go and do
Oh, yeah.
anything because he doesn't
Of course,
know that.
of course.
That portal is a very well-kept secret, Jimmy. I would be remiss to show any of you lot where the portal's located if you accompanied me there, but I can get there safely on my own and head back just as safely, so...
All right, Fraeya. Stick to the shadows. When we make it out of this, we'll get word to you.
Alright, I
I
appreciate
just-
that, and you all take care too.
Can I just ask? That's a Fraeya thing, right?
What?
That's not a Elijah thing.
No, this specifically, the passage was granted to her because of the way she left and came back.
Cool. In character, I'm kind of gonna do that forehead thing that people do with people they care about. Like they do the forehead meet
Touching
thing.
foreheads. Okay. No, that's right on. You guys are
Say goodbye.
bound by blood in a way. So
I'll accept this gesture and I'll go around and hug everyone. Give Nillios a hug and a thank you for his gift, and squeeze Pohan's neck, or not squeeze, but hug him around the neck.
oh yeah, no, Pohan will return your affections most doggishly.
And then I'll go out and I will head off before Jimmy and the crew head
All
out.
right. So it is.
If this is allowed, you hear a goodbye in your head.
I'll allow it.
Cool.
And so it is with heavy hearts and wet eyes that we bid a fond adieu to Fraeya as she disappears into the mists of the hive of Sigil and off to better pastures.
All right. Jimmy gets up. He goes and he picks a coat off the wall that he doesn't wear very often. And
Hey, Jimmy, I can't remember the last time I saw you wear that coat.
this is the I don't want people to know it's me coat. It's kind of big and puffy. Got some patches on it.
You might get a little hot
And
in
he
that.
pulls the hat, the derby down over his eyes. And then he stands in front of the door for a long minute. And his eyes are closed. He's not doing anything. Then
Hey,
let's see how good this one is exactly.
Jimmy, I might have something to help you.
15. 15's not bad. He puts his face back up, and there's that big Jimmy the Mouth smile. It looks a little artificial to you guys. 15's not a perfect mask. But it's there, and he's going to work with it.
That'll work.
Draken?
I've been thinking about some of the stuff I saw, and I might be able to use some of the. I think I can make us disappear like Master.
Oh, now that is quite a powerful skill. That would help us a lot. We got a lot of walking around the city to do today.
Good luck with that.
Tonight. From now until we die, basically.
Granted, my last roll was pretty awful, but
So, we're heading out. If you got it, hit
as
us with
he
it.
says, disappear like Master, I want to stealth.
Go for it. That's a much better roll. Poof.
Alrighty, so I can get 3. Obviously, Master's gone already. He doesn't even look. He just gestures, assuming that he's already gone. Just assumes Master's disappeared.
You've been traveling together long enough.
The day Master needs our help to hide, I'm not sure I want to be around anymore.
I'm thinking Nillios wasn't attached to us. And I gesture towards you. If you would like to join us, great. 3 of us can disappear.
I think that's probably fine. I'm not so sure about this, but Nillios, so you're a wanted man in the city of Sigil?
Quite the opposite, actually. I'm a little rival of yours. I guess you haven't heard of me. I guess I'm in the lower parts. I'm a investigator as well. But, no, not wanted.
I lean over to Jimmy and I go, he thinks he's our rival.
Sorry, I meant to...
If there's a lower part of town than the one we live in, I haven't heard about it yet.
Yeah, you don't want to hear about it. It's usually just death. Investigations go really quick.
Well, Nillios, as we're professional acquaintances now, you may have seen that we've stumbled into a bit of a sticky job. I'm sure we can work out some sort of revenue sharing if you'd care to assist us.
I suppose so. It would be quite a problem for whatever that thing was to cause more issues in this town than there already is. So, why not? Though I won't need the, invisibility as you're about to do.
As you're speaking, really quick, Nillios and Jimmy specifically, you both kind of notice at the same time that both Stella and Pohan are staring at both of you kind of back and forth as you're talking and both kind of panting. Like just very intent on what you guys are talking about right now. But they're doing it like in unison, side by side.
As you're also extending a job offer to him, I'm going to jump in and say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Many of us had to survive a world-ending event to become part of the family. You're just extending a hand for him to join. How do we know he's qualified?
Ah, Kong. This is more of a co-contractor situation. Nillios, I'm sure you're a fine and upstanding investigator. You certainly did well to find this thing where I put it. But I hope you don't take it too personally if I say we're an insular bunch here. We've been through a lot.
And also, Nil didn't have to survive a world-ending event, just so you know.
I said most,
Technically a member
not
of the team, even
all.
though you guys don't act like it.
Well,
That is me. I'm the one who doesn't act like it. I will take full responsibility for that. And Nillios is not part of the team as far as I'm concerned as well.
Yes. But we have not been that rude to you yet. Only Kong has.
That cauldron's still ruined with BTW.
Oh, it's fine. He does seem a bit, impulsive.
I'm going to go over to a
Alright.
desk and pull out a pair of like oversized like novelty glasses, put them on, walk over with the contract and like stick it in his face to sign.
Shouldn't you get a Zil to make that?
We did, actually, but that's the Blood Oath contract. You don't want to sign that one.
The blood oath. Oh. Well, don't worry. I've been through a lot myself. Some events here could cause the end of the world, to be honest. But big boss up top, the missus, keeps everything good.
Oh, you're married.
No. The missus. Mistress? The big girl up top. She kind of stops things from happening all the time.
Oh.
Everyone's dearest.
Yes. That one.
Okay, I get you.
All right.
I walk
But-
back. I take the desk and glasses away.
That settled?
you know the lady.
Let's hit the town.
All right, so we're leaving out into the streets.
With whatever thing Draken's got.
And I am going to cast invisibility, being a 4th level slot on self, Jimmy, and Kong.
All right.
And for the purposes of my own convenience, I'm going to cast See Invisibility on myself. Because I need to know where my compatriots are at all times instead of not.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll use a 2nd level slot for that. So I can see you guys. I'll even pull in a hair on Kong's head.
Fair enough.
Yep. Spell works. Alright. I guess I'll lead you guys out. Where are we
Can
at?
Can I just ask if he can see me? Because I'm not invisible.
I
No.
can't see you. You're not invisible.
Ha!
That's just
Loophole.
stealth is a little different.
Natural stealth. Although I will make I'll
Not
make an
invisible,
attempt
just very
to
good
see
at
you.
this.
How about that? I'll do that. Why not? I can't wait to fail this. Here we
Disadvantage,
go.
I think, right?
There you go.
Oh,
Isn't that?
Not quite there.
it's not gonna see you. It's okay.
No. Yeah, no. Okay. Perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and I have advantage on dexterity.
Oh no, you're good.
Yep.
So,
One is definitely not here, but also here at the same time. It's weird. I can feel something, but
Feel the presence.
I feel
I'm
disturbance
mending my
in the
torn
voice
spirit
around
by
me.
stealthing my way around.
Sir,
To Nillios. Don't worry about Master. He's got his. But Jimmy also describes the path we'll be taking to Fall from Grace's private abode.
All right, so
And then starts heading that way.
Fall from Grace is up in the administrator's district of the clerk's ward, on the very edge of the city, right around the corner from the Factologium Museum. She's a nice little pad, really. Also very well fortified. She's had a long time to do so based upon her previous profession, let's say. She managed to gather quite a bit of wealth. So you guys make your way up through the hive into the lower ward and into the clerk's ward. And without issue, nobody tries to kill you, which is a nice change.
It's incredible, really.
And you're at her gilded red oak door, set into a marble facade. There's a large knocker and a pole chain that most likely leads to some form of bell.
Can I just ask, around the corner from, what was that again?
What's that? The Factological Museum? The Factologium. Factologium. Factologium.
Not spelled correctly, that's fine.
Close enough. It's all good.
Alright, yikes.
So, there are no guards at the door or anything. It's just a very sturdy-looking red oak door.
We'll go for the bell. Why not?
So you pull the chain.
Pull the little chain.
Alright. You hear ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Echo through the inside of the house, slightly muffled. And then you hear movement coming from inside. A shuffling. And you begin to hear numerous locks begin to pull. Clank, shink, shink, clink, 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 and then the door swings open. And standing inside is a large cuboid creature with big googly eyes and small wings, slightly mechanical legs, and 2 arms staring at you. Yes.
It's not a limb, is it?
Well,
Better not be a
it's
limb.
hard to tell. I mean, one Modron to another. Would you like to try and figure out?
That's speciesist. How dare you? They're
I
individual
would.
creatures.
I'll give it
I will make a perception check to see if this is a limb, I guess.
a
Go ahead.
too.
Can I tell her something to emergencies? Emma wants to go in her room because she's really sad.
That's too bad. Go.
Am I being good at her assistant?
All right.
It's a friggin' 2, people.
I've memorized every curly Q on his little
Yes.
metal face.
It's Master and Draken. You're actually like a little taken aback. You're like, oh god, this thing again. Jimmy, you can pick out. Yalim actually has a brand on his head that is not there.
Draken, you can drop a spell.
Let it go.
All right. The thing is like unfazed.
Jimmy doffs his cap.
It's like he knew you were there all along.
Fucker's probably got true sight. Jimmy doffs his cap for a moment and says, here to see Grace on business matters. You could tell her that Jimmy the Mouth is reporting in.
He stands up to his full height, pulls the door open a little bit, and gets really close to you. Looks you kind of up and down and says, identifying moniker, please.
Jimmy the Mouth Callons.
And?
Draken
Just-
Flametongue.
And company.
Just Kong.
Nillios Fidoor. She probably knows me.
Name for you, Kong. Kong the Almighty or Kong the Swiftfoot. Work on that.
No, just Kong.
Please state your business.
Reporting on the results of a case that the lady hired us for some time ago.
A case of what?
Theft. We are private investigators.
You do not seem private. I will tell the lady. He turns around and slams the door in your face.
Show up to the front door invisible. You don't seem private, my ass.
You have to admit, Modrons would make excellent doormen.
No respect in this city.
I believe we could probably see through your invisibility quite easily. But hey, that's just me.
Alright.
Yeah, but these schmucks out here can't.
Interesting that he saw past invisibility but didn't see past stealth.
Because
Oh shit, Master, where'd you come from?
I've been here the whole time.
that's because you're a special brand of stealth.
So you hear movement coming from the other side of the door again.
Still can't do what I can do.
The door flings
Just
open. And they're standing before you.
Shadows.
Dressed a little racier than you used to, is Fall from Grace. She immediately says, Jimmy! Jimmy, I'm so glad to see you, and falls into you, throwing her arms around you. Even
Jimmy holds her up and then stands her back
even
up.
in your state, you know your state,
Yes, the whole living thing.
the aroma of her hair is enough to stir things in you haven't felt in quite some time.
Which is why it's so difficult to lift her back off of me and stand her upright.
Please tell me you have good news, Jimmy. My girls and I are so afraid.
I have all sorts of news. Some of it's pretty good. We should best discuss it inside.
It's just what I was thinking. She takes you by your hand and leads you inside, kind of looking over her shoulder at you in a way that makes you both comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time.
Oh, I'm gonna be rolling some wisdom saves. Oh man. All right, Jimmy follows for now, and hopefully everybody else follows him. He's gonna need backup.
Oh yeah, this is something the rest of you are like, whoa.
Of course.
I lean over to Draken and say, "Is this what you mean by Senpai?"
Close.
I'm going to twitch at the word senpai.
And I appreciate you asking me in quietly. That was good. That's not something you yell out. Learning.
Well, I don't want to get in the way of the big guy.
The big guy.
That'd
Stand.
be rude.
That is beautiful manners, Kong. Very good.
He's getting there.
I am proud of you.
That's
Want a piece of
apparent.
candy?
No, Poho's been working with me.
So she leads you through an elaborate marble inlaid foyer with mosaic tiles all over, through a grand entryway with two winding, dark-stained wood staircases. She takes the room to the left, and inside is a parlor, a sitting room, with lush, crushed velvet furniture, shag carpets, lush tapestries all over. And, I mean, incense burning. There's a hookah on a small table in the center of the room. There's a cart with various very fine liqueurs from all over the plains. She immediately drags you over to a settee and kind of twirls you around almost deftly as if dancing, and sets you down gingerly unless you resist her.
I needed a seat anyways, although if she sits down next to me, I'm gonna have troubles.
Oh no, she's not going to sit down next to you.
Okay, then we're good.
She's
so
going to
far.
sit in your lap.
We're gonna have troubles.
So she immediately plops down, kind of like laser legs across your lap, and begins to play with the hair on the back of your head gingerly, almost absent-mindedly, while looking at you, biting the bottom of her lip, smiling slightly.
All right. Should I get the wisdom saves queued up now? Anyways, yeah, I need to get out from under her, so I'm just gonna scooch her off of me onto the settee.
Let's try a wisdom save to see if you can resist her wiles.
Yeah, that's, you know, the whole thing. All right. Wisdom's not my strong suit. Hey, that's not bad.
All right, you're. It's not enough to push her away, but it's enough to kind of try and pull your legs kind of casually away a little bit, and maybe cover your lap with your coat, scoot over a couple inches.
I'm doing the best that
You're
I
doing
can.
the best you can.
I'm up against the odds here.
She is a succubus. Let's be honest.
Yes. However, I would say that this behavior is of some interest to Jimmy. On the basis of the fact that, to the best of his knowledge, she was a reformed succubus.
Yes, that actually has come up a number of times.
She has been out of the succubusing business for a while.
She doesn't even know I'm here. Great.
That you're aware of. Do keep in mind.
No one ever knows where Master is.
Do keep in mind a succubus is not something to be trifled with. No demon or devil is.
Sticking to the wall.
But I would say that this reminds Jimmy of his suspicions and what he's here for, and allows him to get a little further out from under her.
Yes, fair enough.
So, Jimmy pulls the box out of his bag.
What's in the box, Jimmy?
Is there a table nearby?
Mhm.
I set it on the table nearby, but I leave my hand on the top of it.
So guarded.
So, the good news is that I have what everybody's looking for. Bad
I
news is that everybody's working for it. Go on, Colin.
Nope, no, I was just
He's cracking a joke.
yeah.
He was going to hit the double entendre. That's
See,
fine.
Draken has gone and sat down, so if you're like elbowing and Draken's gone.
Just so you know, the rest of you are actually kind of feeling this. Like, it's not as strong as what Jenny's going through. You don't need to make any rolls, but the rest of you are having a hard time pulling your eyes away from Fall from Grace.
Not me, right?
Oh, even you.
What?
This is a physiological thing. It's not a...
The succubus mechanism does not depend on you in the
No,
slightest.
She radiates
Sure.
pheromones.
it doesn't depend on race or gender or anything. This is just... There's something about her that appeals to everyone in the room.
It's a blessing from the devil himself.
I have advantage against being charmed. That's what I was asking.
Oh yeah, no,
Specific race.
you're not being charmed, and it's no ill effect, but you are having a hard time pulling your eyes away. You're just very attracted to her.
She smells like the best smell you've ever smelled.
In fact, there's aspects in her eyes, something about her eyes that remind you of Queen Bridget.
Release the sad.
All right. So, I have what everyone's looking for.
This is fun.
Bad news is everyone's looking for it. The worst news is we're going to have a conversation before I leave it with you.
Conversation, Jimmy. I mean, these things are better left to
Yeah.
private rooms and whispered voices, aren't they?
Oh, I don't do private rooms anymore. Whispers, it's best, but been a few too many attempts on my life, the life of my friends and cohort, while getting this goddamn heart to go anywhere alone anymore.
Steal a lot of girls' hearts, do you, Jimmy?
Just this one so far, and I kind of wish I didn't have it. If I opened up this box, give it maybe half an hour and everybody in this room would be dead.
Why is that, Jimmy?
Well, first things first. When you hired me, did you know there was a curse on it?
There's no curse on that heart, Jimmy.
Most people would beg to differ. I'm a bit of a special case myself. I was always something of a lady killer. But, like I said, we take the top off that thing and everything in here that has a pulse won't.
But Jimmy, you got a sweet twitch kind of nibbling on your ear there. Seems like you got something more you want to say to me. Why don't you tell me what's really on your mind?
Living's on my mind. I haven't been doing as much of it lately, and I'd like to get back to it.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. I'm not gonna lie to you, Grace. Whatever you did, whatever you got me into, I'm not even sure I care. I just need to get back out of it.
Something's happened to you, Jimmy. Something's changed. You got the
Few things.
sweet smell of death around you, like the perfume of a cheap whore. Just permeates the rooms, gets into every ounce of carpet and furniture. Who you been talking to, Jimmy?
I was always a cheap date.
Well,
I've been talking to some guy I never met before. I don't know, maybe you're a specialist. You seen this? He holds up his palm.
oh, she recoils slightly. What have you done, Jimmy?
Now I'm two kinds of dead.
She actually moves away from you a couple inches.
But you know, Hey, it's got to be good for something. But you know, that's almost besides the point. I'd call that a problem for another day. The problem for today is Otachan the bell ringer.
That lunk.
I don't come along that.
What's that filthy Burke got to do with
He's
me?
A few things. That filthy Burke wants this worse than, I don't know, probably anything else he's doing this week.
That's probably got a lot to do with the reward I put
He has
out.
assaulted my home. He has assaulted my home. He has killed my associates. He has threatened the lives of everybody I have. I do not take kindly.
Why is he still standing, Jimmy?
Well, he's Otachan the bell ringer. He operates a courier network the size of the city. And he won't be for long. And I need your help.
Alright, she's trying to, like, snuggle up next to you again.
He says, oh, don't want to get too close. That death might be catching.
Jimmy,
But,
let's talk straight, shall we?
Grace,
It's so
I paid you to do a
I'll
job,
let you leave,
didn't I?
even.
It's so slippery.
You did.
And it's fair, what I offered, isn't it?
Price seemed pretty good at the time. I've had my doubts since then, but I still have a certain air of professionalism to uphold.
She leans
But there's such a thing as expenses, you know.
she leans in, gets real close. The smell just kind of washes over you, that fragrance of her pheromones in her hair. She kind of starts rubbing her finger up and down your cheek. Says, Jimmy, you know, you could ask for just about anything you need to complete this job for me.
I don't understand.
All right, let me make a quick persuasion roll here. I'm going to try a thing. I'm going to do the persuasion roll first so I know how effective to make the statement. Not the strongest.
14.
I'll go with my mid-range statement.
All right.
This. Only thing I need is backup. Call that the hazard pay.
Back.
What I need from you, Grace, if I leave this damned heart with you, and yeah, I'll throw in the curse for free, is I'm gonna go around this town assembling what I need to take out Otachan. Or he takes me out, or any of mine.
Funny, Jimmy.
One of those things.
Very funny. There's something you're not getting in all this, you see? And that's... I paid you to take out Otachan. You just don't see it yet. The whole reason this happened. I took the heart out.
Daddy?
Don't you see? I took the heart out. I wanted you to kill Otachan. Otachan has been a thorn in my craw since the day I landed here.
Jimmy laughs and laughs and laughs. The smile is genuine now. No need to fake it. This. Oh man, I thought about it, but you know, it's fine play. Fine play. Well, you're gonna get what you asked for. Might cost you a bit.
Cost. Cost is no issue, Jimmy. she's giving you that look again. Now.
Lovely.
Look, Otachan's gone to ground. My people tell me so. You're not going to pull him out on your own. But I know somebody that might be able to help you find him.
Oh, please, please do.
But
In fact, that's one of the things I was going to ask you for.
Jimmy, sweet Jimmy, you got to leave my name out of this from here on out. Can I trust you to do that?
Tell you what, you helped get my name out of it with the Mercy Killers. And yes,
The only reason that the Mercy Killers are after you, Jimmy, is Autochon. Get rid of Autochon, and the Mercy Killers will drop the whole deal.
We need to find the video games.
I find that once you cut the head off the snake, contrary to popular wisdom, it just grows a new head.
Not in this case.
We need to know who's following him up.
Not in this case, Jimmy.
Who's second in command?
Autochon is the man at the top and the only man at the top.
Huh?
When he's gone, the whole thing crumbles. Another agency is waiting in
He's
the
the
wing
paranoid type.
to take his place, believe me. You think he's the only courier network in town? They'll all be gunning for his spot. It'll be a short turf war. A lot of people are going to die. And then somebody will come out on top, but it won't have anything to do with you or I.
That does make me feel a little better, you know.
So here's what you do.
Well,
And this isn't going to be easy. But who knows? You're a private dick. Gumshoe like you might be able to just pull this off.
we have a few other specialties besides.
The one you need to find is a ghost, Jimmy. You think you can find a ghost?
I know one or two of those.
Oh no, not this one. The ghost is a legend, a myth. Running these streets. No two people will tell you the same thing about the ghost, but you find the ghost, and I guarantee you the ghost can find the chink in Autochon's armor.
Ghost have a name?
Just the ghost. Ask around. You'll hear.
Okay. Wasn't quite my plan for the day. But hey, every bit of help. Every bit of help. Now, again, Grace, if we ever happen to have the pleasure of doing business again, could have just asked.
I've been asking, Jimmy. You keep pushing me away.
That's the thing you can't ask for. But this whole mess with the heart, there was no need for all that.
Well, it's still the matter of the curse, I suppose, but we'll deal with that when the time comes, Jimmy.
Hey, you put it on, you can take it off.
Fair. But I didn't put it on, Jimmy. That's the weird thing, isn't it?
Just slipped on there?
No. Who'd you get it from, Jimmy?
Oh, that little fucker. That little fucker.
Who'd you get it from?
Well, I say little, he's taller than me.
Who'd you get it from, Jimmy?
Oh, little cuboid fellow. Not yours.
Oh, you didn't let Yum get it, did you?
One that's been going around.
You let Yum get it.
Let anything. Them had it by the time I figured out where it was.
Oh, Jimmy.
I hear those slod curses are pretty nasty. Good luck.
Please follow up with me when you find something out, Jimmy. I'd love to at least be in the know. You're free to take your leave.
Of course. And again, if, in fact, this does take me down, or any of my people, now, normally the standing policy of our business as it came from my predecessor would be that professional confidentiality is our first and only watchword. I'm not my predecessor. It'll be messy. You should keep an eye out. And Jimmy gets up to go.
She stands up with you, smooths out her very clingy satin dress, leans into you, deftly grabs you by both cheeks, licks the tip of your nose and says, Jimmy, I make good on all my promises. and my debts. She winks and kind of turns and walks through the back door. It's hard to not watch as she goes.
Jimmy looks over at Draken.
Draken's staring too.
How's your luck been in this town? Meet any nice Dragonborn ladies?
That's the one on the plane of fire. Nice lady. I think she might be a brass dragon. Don't real well. Considering she might be a dragon, then probably better to say she met me. See.
Let's get the hell out of here. This perfume's getting to my head.
After this is all over, you'll have to come over for dinner sometime.
If I can ever get out of this city, I'd love to.
So you guys make your way out.
Kong? Kong, you awake?
I'm just struck at everything that occurred right there. Like my mouth is hanging open and I'm just in awe.
Kong just got educated.
He picks him up physically and we're going.
All right.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. The air will be better outside. Worse.
Also,
More helpful.
I could rest at some point.
You what?
No, I was saying to Jimmy to rest at some point.
All right. So do you guys want to head
Well,
back or?
Once we get up to the doorway, I'll take a moment to speak to all assemble. Master, did you follow us? We can never tell.
I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, but do we know?
Rather than like break the stealth I have going, I want to use something that I've had in my inventory for a few minutes.
Okay.
When I obtained the there's a pipe. It's not in my inventory list like the cloak is, the wondrous item. It's odd.
What is it?
I don't know where it went. The pipe of smoke monsters.
Oh.
And you also said I could have like a mini bellows, so I didn't have to actually smoke.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just want to like put the bellows into the pipe, and then just create like a little. What does this let me do? Take the form of a single creature such as a dragon. So I'm gonna do a dragon, a little 1 foot cube dragon.
All right. So a little 1 foot cube smoky dragon appears.
Draken, was that you?
No, not me. I like it. I like the style. Not quite literally enough,
I
but I like it. The other hand,
have no idea what this means.
I think this Eve. I don't know either. Add it to the list. Let's get out of here, Jay.
Smoke dragons, whatever. To the door.
All right. So to the door you go.
Once we're out and invisible again, Jimmy would take a moment to address Draken and Kong at least. Nillios, we're not trying to hide it from you or anything, but he's more addressing his people. Well, that puts a wrinkle in things. I guess we're assassins now. Or at least very badly checkmated by a very dangerous player.
I'm just going to say, in all of the time we spent with Mr. Stapleton, he never did anything like that. So you are definitely doing this your own way.
But
Kong, I couldn't have done that if I tried. That just happened.
so obviously, this wasn't our contract. Obviously, contract was to return the heart. We have fulfilled. Now the thing is, obviously we're being moved against Adachan. Who's Adachan again?
Quite well.
Fallen?
Yeah, he's pretty much already threatened you.
Checkmate. Checkmate.
Yeah.
And then run. Just let him go at it and run.
You're running.
Problem is
Oh, I'm walking.
she's too good. She made sure I hated him first. Rather, she just knew him too well and made sure he'd build the hate.
Now, this isn't normally me saying this, Jimmy, but we need to be professional in this manner. And hate is not being professional. Perhaps to try to wipe the hate out and not focus on that. And just think of him,
Draken, you raise a good point.
use him as a tool against another tool. In this case, she is the second tool.
From a professional standpoint, there's any number of powers in this city. She's played very well. The only way I think we're actually getting out of this is to do it. You think about it. Say we go against her. The best we could hope for was to be in Adachan's pocket. That doesn't seem safe. I think we take
seeing
this
this
one.
You let them go at each other, and when they're going at each other, so we've got we create a war between Adachan's people and her people. And we just disappear while that's all going on.
You're too smart for that. We are her people.
Big aspirations, though.
I do like the way you think. Jimmy looks down at his hand again. There's no time. There's just no time. He's coming against us tomorrow. We left the heart in there. And I don't think she's going to give it back no matter how nice I ask.
Let's go back. A night's sleep. I have to press my it's my dress robes. Going to war.
Fair enough.
Yep.
So you guys want to head back?
I'm going to have to make one stop off,
Okay.
but then we'll head
All
back.
right, where are we going?
I need to use my criminal background,
Okay.
and I'm going to hit Zill as well, but I'm going to hit everything possible. I need info on the ghost.
Info on the ghost. All right.
Just throwing
I pay well, and I'm very persuasive.
Just throwing this out there, we are limited in how much time. I did use a lot of my abilities early.
That's fair.
These are true facts.
All right. Well,
I'm running low. I could probably do it on one or two people, but I can't do all three of us for again.
that's all
Just
right.
want to get behind closed doors before this runs off.
So that's all good. Go ahead and make your roll for your investigation. All right.
I'm not rolling well today. Thank God for those pluses.
I will try to assist.
All right.
We got the heads together.
I am smarter now.
Jesus.
I'll check my sources if possible,
All right.
and see if I can find something by myself.
Okay.
Wonderful little feature I have here too. So I'll roll mine really quick, and then
Two.
I will add a D4 because that's what my Velican thing does. 21. Fantastic.
All right. Jimmy and Draken, just to start.
Yeah.
The ghost, as far as you can tell, is some sort of creature that haunts the streets of Sigil. that can actually see into the future and may actually be a legitimate ghost.
Well, that's maddeningly unhelpful.
Let's see, Nillios, I'm going to send you a private.
Okay. I was gonna say if it wasn't good enough, I actually have another feature apparently in this. We just add my intelligence modifier to that. But hey, if it worked, it worked.
Getting to form a crazy plan, Jimmy. Crazy plan.
Go on.
Okay, so we kill him. We obviously don't want it to come back on us.
If we can avoid it.
I still have one of those plain touched daggers. Yeah.
Wait a second.
A negative plain touch cold iron dagger. I've still got one of them.
That's a good idea, but there's also... I hate to ask, but... Master? Jimmy looks around.
Yes.
Oh, shit, there you are. How was Nil?
Nil was Nil. Why
Nil
you
was
asking?
Nil. Was Nil doing well?
As
I was going to inquire if Nil had expressed any further interest in working with us when you saw Nil last.
It's time to go to bed. I'm not tired.
Well, when I saw Nil last, we were discussing the repercussions of our last adventure diving into a portal without looking both ways first.
It happens.
Jimmy glances down again.
I may not have made the best choices in that instance. And given the fact that I chose to gamble away the free will of an innocent being, we aren't actually on the best of terms at the moment. Big Teeth took advantage, and I let him, so...
That's very unfortunate, Master, but I understand.
If you need to speak to Nil, you should do it yourself, because I think you guys have a lot to iron out.
I'm sorry. I'm really gonna turn the light.
Yeah. I ask because when they delivered Sly and I to our doorstep, saw Nil unbind. Is that the right word? I don't do this magic stuff much. But I guess unbind the dagger in his chest. And it blew to pieces. Be real convenient to do that to Adachan's armor while he's still in it.
I'm tired. I need to go to sleep.
Well, I don't exactly know the depths of Nil's spellcasting. So, if you wanted to know that, we'd have to stop by and ask.
Let's get more info first. We might have to do that come the morning.
Yeah.
Could you get poison that affects his strength? I think that would be contact.
I'm really gonna go to sleep. Okay, come on.
I don't see how you could get contact on the guy unless you caught him taking a bath, and as far as I know, he does that in the armor too.
I'm just like, if all we had to do was cut him, opposed to ingest it.
As you say that,
You saw that suit on him?
you see a snake come out from under the hood of my cloak, just for a second, flap its wings, and then slither back in.
I like that. That is cool.
Not yet.
That That's
You
cool.
see me just look down and say, not yet. No. Chris
Nillios
heard
still-
poison and was like, poison? Can I do something? Oh my goodness. Let me bite somebody.
Bite.
Yeah.
If we can lower his strength enough,
If it had a tail, it would have been wiggling it. All right, let's do this. Let's go. Series season. Yay.
have an ability where his armor would not matter.
That help. Is Nillios still with us, or did he go off to check his sources?
He's more or less still with you. We'll say you guys have kind of rendezvoused after checking resources.
Jimmy's, kind of scratching under his chin right now. He goes, well, seems the ghost to ghosts.
Oh,
And not much good to us.
well,
Might have to check with Zill.
he's well, I did find a little bit more than just that. Apparently, it looks a little bit like a humanoid figure for sure, some kind of fortune. But that's all I could really find out. No specific place where it appears or anything, just that it appears. So, but at least we'll know that it looks like a fortune teller of some sort, some seer or gypsy. Will give us some indication,
Okay.
and perhaps
We might be able to do something with that. Okay, Callons.
Yes.
Yes.
Your people keep an eye on them, right? All the fortune tellers.
What do you
around
mean, my
town.
people?
Kong, you know I can't climb up on the rooftops anymore. I'm too old. The rooftop people are your people.
Well, so are the sewer people.
That's fair.
You gotta specify. I got a lot of
Anyways.
people. I diversify.
You're right, and that's why we trust you.
There's probably close to like
We're gonna have to go back and check with
there's
Zill.
literally thousands of fortune
Go
tellers
on.
in Sigil. Just to throw that out there.
Yeah, I know they're more normal, but no, rumors make their way around.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, I suppose we'll be heading back to the office, inquire with Zill, our normal information guy.
That's fair. That's fair. I kept him around as an NPC just for that.
Mm,
That sounds good. Well, I tell you what. If you guys are heading back to the office, why don't we do our guild mandated break to refill drinks? If everyone's okay with that.
what a
Because
plan.
I actually need to make sure the plumbing works.
That's important.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right
All right.
back after this message from our sponsor. Please also do keep in mind that we are now associated with Humble Bundle. And you don't want to miss out on that because they are giving away some amazing things, both Conan and mapping related.
They're not giving away.
They are giving them away because those prices are a steal. But we'll be right back after these messages. We have returned. All right, we're back.
Go to the house. Yes.
All right,
The house.
we have returned. All right. Thank you for your patience. So we have, I believe you guys made it all the way back to the domicile, HQ.
We were walking there, and I wanted to do a thing. Here's my narrative device. Are you ready? As we walk, having had no great luck in finding the ghost through our usual channels, Jimmy kind of speculates out loud. You know what'd be funny? If the ghost is supposed to be clairvoyant, and they know we're gonna find him, wouldn't they just come to us? And then Jimmy opens the door to headquarters.
All right.
Do I roll for fate?
Well, in this case, no. We'll say you've put it out into the universe, and we'll see what happens from there. It's a good try, though. It's a good try. Would you guys care to just get some...
The narrative tricks are the most powerful.
There will be sometimes those will work. Do you guys want to rest, or is that why you came back?
We do desperately need rest, but before resting, Jimmy's going to try and inquire with Zill.
Okay.
See if he's got some information. Go downstairs, bang on the door a little bit. Hey, buddy.
You hear him down there arguing, muffled behind the door with somebody.
Bang, bang, bang.
Wait.
Bit of an important one.
He pulls... You hear the thump, 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 thump. The door pulls open, like just a crack, like with the chain on it. He's, what do you want?
I hope you're holding up well. It's now desperately important that we find someone called the Ghost, who is supposedly psychic and tends to flit around the city. Difficult to see. You got anything?
The Ghost. Give me a minute. He slams the door. You hear, look, I know. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Like, it's important. I need to mumble, mumble. Please, baby. Come on. We've been through this. It doesn't. Fine. Okay. He comes thumping back up. The door opens up and he peeks out around the opening and says, look, the ghost doesn't exist. I got no record of the ghost here other than some creature that haunts the back alleys and devours the souls of children when they're not looking. Beyond that, I got nothing.
Shit, I don't even know if that's the right one or not. Go on with what you're doing. Stay holed up.
Thank you. Slam.
I'll catch you later.
Rent's due at the end of the month.
Jimmy leans back. Jimmy does some math in his head while leaning against the opposite wall. Said, I'll be dead next month. That's no problem. He goes back upstairs, takes some special care to secure the front door.
Okay. Locking yourselves in.
I mean,
How many holes are left in the building?
I'm pretty sure you're dead now, but I don't know if that's a thing.
The windows are still there, of course, including the boarded up broken one.
Are you stealthing, Master?
Oh, of course.
Are you guys resting?
How stealthing are you?
I don't.
I will be soon.
Is everybody resting, I should say?
I need to rest.
Yeah, I think at least a short rest is in order.
All right.
Yeah, I don't really need to. I can trance.
We still need to do your trancing, so to speak, to get your rest, as it were.
Is it going to be a short one or a long one?
It's up to you guys.
Jimmy's planning for a long one. He says, well, actually, he doesn't really sleep. Not properly, but he still wants a long rest. He wants to sit the hell down.
Let the dust settle.
Collect his thoughts.
He sits down at the desk. He says, you guys can sleep. I'll keep an eye out.
All right.
I on rest. And Jimmy, after I finish resting, I'd like to talk to you in private.
Come get me when you're up, bud.
All right.
All right. So, Nillios, what about you? You resting?
Sure. Wherever I'm supposed to be resting. I assume not here. There's not really a... Well, I guess there is one more empty bed now, isn't there?
Are you guys offering?
Somewhere.
We can put you up for the night if you want, but I don't know
Oh,
where
yeah,
you live, but it's
please.
probably safer.
Yeah, wherever that is. In the lore.
All right. So you're gonna accept their hospitality?
Sure, for tonight,
All right.
yeah.
So they put you up in a room. You go to rest. Okay. So the night passes uneventfully. Everybody wakes up
Can I
or detrances.
do a thing?
No. What are you doing?
I only need to transfer 4 hours, so can I go back home?
If you need to. Yeah.
It's just the idea of Neil helping us with this is kind of interesting to me, so I'm gonna see if I can give it a shot and not die getting in the door of the house.
All right. So you're gonna sneak back home.
Attempt, yes.
Okay.
Well, Jimmy is on high alert. You might have to stealth for it.
All right. I mean, how well this is gonna go? Hey,
All right, I will contest it.
it's a 27, Chief. Perception at disadvantage.
So are you swapping characters?
I'm gonna try, but I'm not gonna succeed.
Oh, okay.
This is so stupid. This is so stupid.
That's
I'm gonna come back to see that despite our
Bruh.
fly mask thing, yeah, okay. You see
yeah. He
me.
saw you. He definitely saw you.
All right, fair
Ew.
enough. Nice.
That was a flex perception right there.
Jimmy was sitting watching the door, and the moment the handle twitches, his eyes shoot up, and he says, "Heading out?"
That's keep lowest 1, 2. I would like to point
Yep.
out he rolled 2 nat 20s.
Boom.
No, he rolled 1. 1d20, keep lowest 1.
Oh shit! I forgot to do 2d20. Keep low 1. I'm keeping it anyways. Listen,
For plot reasons, he's keeping it, you know?
for plot
Whatever.
reasons, I'm keeping that 20.
I mean,
Sorry.
Been a while since I had to roll at disadvantage, but yeah, heading out.
yeah. You know what? Never mind. I'll just stay here.
All right.
It's probably not gonna go well anyway. And you've seen me, so crap. I set foot outside. I mean, there's no telling who's gonna see me on the way home, and
Busted.
you all know how that can go.
Busted.
Maybe I'm just not on my game right now.
It's all good.
Rolled a 27. Not on my game right now.
Yeah, nah.
So
I mean, you saw me.
what I was Chris,
Does-
no, you didn't see anything gone. So I will say this: everybody rests through the night that needs to, trances or otherwise. But in the morning, one person does not wake up.
How?
Nillios
I can't.
does not wake up.
I can't.
What?
Nillios is not breathing.
No.
If we're all gathered around trying to say that, he says, "Now wait a moment. Doesn't not necessarily that bad. I've seen this before."
He did it.
Okay. Hang on. Kong rolled a 3? How?
No, it was
No.
Kong roll 20 just bugging out. Is that what it is?
that was the integrator between D&D Beyond. It was the first one was it was a 17, so it was a 14 plus 3, and then
3 plus
the integrator screwed up.
Failed to stuff the second dice.
That's funny.
Weird. My mouse has been turning on and off all night. Like, it's irritating.
Jimmy rolls back one of his eyelids.
Is he dead? Is he gonna... Concern?
He seems dead.
Yeah, but so do I, so Jimmy's a little suspicious.
Can I check?
Check what?
See if he's dead?
He's not breathing.
Is that, what species is he? Is that...
I'm not sure you'd recognize his species, honestly.
Does anybody know if that's normal?
I wanna roll medicine check to see if I know.
Okay.
No.
Am I allowed to help with that? I don't think I am.
Don't help me. Don't help me. This isn't gonna end well. This is Draken, not Wilhelm.
Great.
This is not a good one. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
This is normal. It is perfectly normal. They all do that.
He'll
wake up
he
eventually.
sticks his finger up his nose and says, "No, he's fine."
Feels warm. I think that's a good sign.
Where's his little dog? I look around for his little dog.
Stella?
His dog's curled up with Bohan in the other room.
Little dog too.
Huh?
Wizard of Oz vibes.
Well, it's
Hey.
Was he?
Jimmy goes over to the little metal dog.
okay.
That's my mom.
In as much as it ever seemed to be alive, does it seem to be alive?
As far as you can tell, it's still functional.
I want to call the dog over and then point at Zil. Not Zil, Nillios.
Nillios, would your dog respond to that?
Hey, could you look? He's not breathing. You know, you wanna look at him and
Probably wouldn't reply to anyone besides the command word unless there was something dangerous happening.
Okay.
as Stella refuses to respond, I continue to more like enthusiastically gesture that he's not breathing. He's not breathing. He's not okay. Look.
With that, could I scrummage through all like the cabinets and try to make some like smelling salts?
Well,
He's not breathing. He can't receive.
you're not going to find smelling salts, but you might find something in a certain specific pouch that you have that might be stinky enough to bring around someone unconscious.
I don't want to do that to him.
I give up. He could be dead.
Yeah, he could be dead, which would be very awkward.
Does anyone know? Does anyone know how to speak dead? I've seen many people around Sigil do it.
I start to shake my
Just
head
my own
and then
dialect.
my eyes widen slightly. Well, looks like we'll have to go home sooner than we planned. 'Cause
Hey Jimmy, does this mean we don't have to pay him?
Technically, yes. You can't be paid on delivery if you're not alive for
do you
delivery.
really want to leave a dead body in your establishment for this long, though? I mean,
Wouldn't it be the first time?
all right. I'm not the clearest on this.
This is a very awkward thing to have happen when I'm wanted for a murder I didn't commit.
As you're talking,
The consequences.
Nillios' body convulses, almost in like a choking cough, and you see 3 tentacles shoot out of his mouth and immediately flop around for a moment, each about a meter in length. They shoot back into his mouth, and then he sits back up, slightly confused, but awake.
I told you it was perfectly normal. Everything was fine.
Jimmy's pressed back up against the wall.
I'm hiding under a table.
Well, what are
That's
y'all
rough,
looking at me
dude.
for?
I think you had
Did you eat something before you go to bed?
Yog, perhaps?
What? No, I just went to bed.
You had
This is gonna be
you had tentacles coming out of your mouth. I think
Tentacles coming out of my mouth. Is this like one of those
This is-
joke things?
This is worse
Did
than
you-
that small child in my ear.
Hold
Anybody
on.
else hear that, by the way? Am I going crazy?
So
I'm the only
everyone,
one. Yeah, cool.
everyone had to make deals for safety or to get back. What was the deal you had to make?
It's the inner child of almond milk.
Chatting away.
I live with that
Well,
for the rest of my life. Just
I was just promised, I think, power because I didn't really. I wasn't really meant to give up anything, considering I was just left there. It's more of a gift.
hey, why'd
But,
you pedal me
straight
away
off.
so you could get back to this plane?
I'm
Hey,
gonna
why?
I'm gonna slowly move closer to him, holding 2 knives in the shape of a cross.
Good luck to you.
This is
my
going to
man.
be
That
a
was
socially
creepy.
awkward question,
That's
Nillios.
That was.
yes.
But
Oh, that was creepy.
do you normally breathe? Just like I
Um,
know a lot of people do, but some people don't. Do you normally breathe?
Typically, yes, of course. I'm a living being that has a respiratory system. I do breathe.
I don't
That
mean to
answer
alarm
is
you, but you
sus.
stopped that for a while. You took a break.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
You should be
tentacles,
alarmed.
And then
what was it that much of a break? I mean, some people, I heard some people that just, stop breathing in their sleep for like a little bit, and then they continue.
Well, we had time to chat about it, make some
Yeah.
coffee, figure out what to do with your body.
That's a little
Oh,
more than
or see
apnea.
if we could raise you back from the dead. 'cause-
well,
Say half an hour.
I don't know then. It's, it's the first time I've heard of that happening to me. Should I go see something? I don't even get checked out. Like a eldritch doctor.
I
or
feel
something?
like Kong has the right line of thinking on this
We
one.
kill him?
Maybe not.
No, not that one. The other one. There's one creature that could probably
Wrong
explain
line.
it, but I don't feel like chatting.
Wrong
Hey-
line. Wrong line.
So I look over to Draken and I was like, we are cutting that eye out.
No. At this point, the eye is gone. It is normal. He doesn't look like he has his eye changed.
He fixed it.
Is that hat of disguise again?
You say that out loud?
No, I'm just wondering. If you
Maybe.
really use a disguise hat
Maybe
to
a
fix
little.
one eyeball. Like- or did you just take a magic marker to it?
He may just use the head of disguise to make himself look shinier some days, just because
He's just feeling it.
he always wears it. He just typically wears it to make it look like he's not wearing a hat.
And probably to add to the glitter effect a little bit.
That's how Draken rolls. I wear a hat to make it look like I'm not wearing a hat. Just in case.
Yeah, of course.
You never know.
Well,
So what are we
Well.
what are we gonna do about old tentacle breath over there?
I'm going to check my breath.
Bring him with us.
It does not smell, hopefully. Roll for Constitution.
Is that to all of us, or because I'm not
No, no.
I'm not that close to you
No,
anymore.
no, it's all good.
I don't. Yeah, where? I guess I should roll something to see if I would know somebody that would help with such a weird phenomenon.
It's going to be a very small chance, but yeah, give it a try.
Oh, sure. Why not? What do you want me to roll?
Just a d20.
Just a d20. Oh no, that's
This
not
is
good.
perplexing.
Nope.
No, this one's way out of your wheelhouse.
Do you all know anyone that could probably know what happened to me, or what's wrong with me, or right, quote unquote, with me? I can go see them by myself if it's such a problem.
I know a lot of people, but the only people in Hawk to what we met, I'm pretty sure are sitting in this room. And one, hopefully, in the Feywild.
Off safe.
keep an eye on it, I guess.
All right,
Have any
I'll-
holy water.
I'll let you know if I start sprouting tentacles again.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
All right, I don't either. It was a wonderful.
So where were you? Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Because I know you mentioned.
Well,
Just say I threw you for a loop with that one. Sorry.
we got a strange,
I don't know what.
clairvoyant beast that stalks the back alleys of Sigil and is apparently the only way we really got a chance of tracking down LordofChance.
I
Okay.
was hoping to speak of it for a moment, Jimmy.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
Of course, isn't today the day that
Everybody-
Autochon's supposed to come find you?
Yes.
Tis indeed. So, maybe that's the way. Just wait for him to come.
Yeah.
Maybe the lazy way out is the right way out, but come on, Drake, and we'll chat in the office.
Okay.
Be back, everybody.
Go get a frog.
So, up we go.
Go get a frog.
Oh,
We
yeah.
shut the office door. All right. So I have a crazy plan, and so need information.
Good. Could use it.
Perhaps seeing future might be helpful.
I figure that would be helpful generally. Can you see the future, Draken?
I want to shoot myself with that wand.
Oh. Oh.
I think so. See if we can get a glimpse of something coming ahead. I want to do this.
Stifled laughter.
I know this
buddy?
isn't a good idea. That's why it's you and me talking.
That's so big.
Stifled laughter.
And
Now,
I think it could be really helpful and useful.
Whoa.
I don't know exactly how that wand was supposed to work.
damn-
Maybe?
Why doesn't Church have a picture so I can see the look on his face? Say things like that.
You just heard a slight ruckus outside the door. Something like glass breaking and Kong cursing under his breath.
I think it's worth a shot. See if we can get a glimpse of something that can either help us with the ghost, or even if it just tells us when Autochon's coming, so we can be prepared. Or maybe it'll give us a sight of something that is completely unrelated, but will probably kill us in a few minutes anyway.
Just gotta warn you. When you hit me with it, it's still a little up in the air as to whether I was stunned, invisible, and seeing the future, or if it literally just put me in space above care.
I'm gonna trust in luck.
I doubt it can do that anymore. But Drake and I can't lie to you. We're in dire straits. You're the magic specialist. If you want to risk it, I'll see if
I'm
you
gonna do
turn
it.
invisible.
I also want you in this room, so if things go bad, and they disappeared anyway, and just don't, and I'm somewhere else. And then I am going to use it. I am
Look.
going to shoot myself with the wand.
Okay.
Church, were you prepared for this?
Yeah. Which one specifically are we talking now?
The wand of invisibility that is weird. One that I have used multiple times for multiple different effects. I don't. That wand.
That wand.
That wand. A capital T invisibility.
Okay, so
Jimmy says, I'm just going to open the door in case it casts fireball or something.
Push me.
I think it does
I
that.
cannot push you.
And then I shoot myself with it.
all right, you fire the wand at yourself.
Yes.
Draken disappears.
Well, all right. Hey, Kong, were you outside the door when I opened it?
Yeah, you find me outside the door, sweeping up glass.
And I can't push it.
I dropped a cup.
It dropped.
That's okay. That's the least of our problems. Now we get to wait to see if Draken comes back.
Where did Draken go?
You remember when he shot me with that wand?
No,
Way, way back.
absolutely don't. What happened when he did it?
Oh.
I remember.
I was teleported into the sky above our native plane and saw an enormous dark meteor collide with the Earth.
Holy shit, why didn't you tell me about that?
Your native plane.
You may have been a little distracted.
Could have been. Wait, was that
Well, Kong's
outside of
alive.
Granny Pruneface's place?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Where we
remember.
found that creepy hand?
Yeah, the hand.
Oh, that asshole.
He
Yeah.
wanted to see
Hey
if
guys,
it would work
Draken's dead.
I can't stop
again. Oh, it
let
didn't kill me.
No, but come on. it's
Actually, no, that's questionable.
I mean, yeah, Draken's dead. We should just,
Shit, maybe it did.
yeah,
Jimmy
we
is
should-
stunned.
we should start filling out that paperwork now.
Did I just watch Draken commit suicide? Oh my god!
Do we hear you?
Oh,
We don't. Okay.
No noise from Draken at all.
Shit, I don't know. Is that what did this?
I did
Jimmy
what?
never worked out exactly how that happened. It could have been that fucking wand as far as he's concerned.
Fucking goddamn Draken. Well. Oh shit.
Oh, let's give him a few minutes first. It took a few minutes for me to come back the first time.
You guys hear an audible pop from where Draken was.
I look over. Is Draken back?
He's back, shaking slightly, covered in frost, and wide-eyed.
That's different.
Is he one of you now?
Nah, I don't feel the cold so much. Like, I brushed some of the snow off his shoulders. Where you go, buddy?
am I being typed a message telling me where I went?
No, you blipped for a second to the elemental plane of ice. You did not like it.
Well, good news. I went somewhere else. I think it
Okay,
was
that's
another
fair.
elemental plane. So I think I just transported myself to another animal. I can work with this. On the other hand, I don't know how pissed the Lady of Pain will be once I may have just ripped it full open in her dome.
Prove to us that you're Draken and not an imposter.
Jimmy looks around.
So, good news, bad news. Good news, we could possibly shoot other people with this and send them places.
It's definitely
the
Draken.
elemental plane of ice,
Yep.
which is where I went. So we could use that on Audichan. We can weaponize anything if I get time. Downside is, I think eventually that would piss somebody off.
I'm at this point. I'm running up and I'm gonna do like a hug tackle to Draken. Be like, I thought you were dead.
Aww. I love you too, Colin.
Wait. I never said I love you.
Love you. Well, I love you all. I don't care.
Let's.
I'll go away.
Let's
I love you too. Go away.
Awkward.
not make this weird.
As I skip away.
I roll my eyes visibly,
Well,
which is hard
that
to
was a
do
good
in this
attempt
cloak.
and good information gathering.
True.
I suppose we can spare a little time to hit the back alleys, inquire with Kong's people, see if we can hunt down a ghost.
So you're gonna hit the urchins?
Then I guess to war.
Yes.
Also, as we're going out,
Not
also
that
have
exact
another.
terminology. We're gonna converse with the urchins, not hit them.
Oh yeah, duh.
No, some of them will probably end up hitting.
Eh,
You do have the scroll as well. It could be potentially used for devastating consequences.
So we're heading out to
You got a point there.
to meet with Kong's urchin gang.
Yeah, I want to go talk to Stinky Pete.
All right. Is everyone going with Kong?
I have trouble climbing up on those roofs, so only if he goes slow.
All right.
well, maybe Colin could go talk to them and come back while we try to think of a plan.
Allesha's Pantry is actually a good place to start, Kong. That's where a lot of the urchins get their free meals from around this point of day.
I'll go with Kong.
Okay.
I want you going alone. I'll come with.
Well, I don't. It's a little awkward now, isn't it?
Only for you.
Jimmy, maybe you and I could head back to my house to try to convince Nil to come on this mission instead of me, since you seem to need more firepower.
Why not take Draken with to see Nil?
The pun is only known to me.
Yes. We can take a shot. We can take a shot if you feel like your little bad blood's not that bad.
Oh. Well, Nil's anger towards me is nothing compared to Nil's anger towards Draken, honestly, at this point. So, I think I'll be good.
Draken anger. All right. So
Well, we'll try then.
Draken and Kong to the urchins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's start there. Well, Jimmy and is Jimmy and the master going to your house to visit Nil?
I think so.
All right. Yeah, we'll do Kong and Draken first, though. So the trek to Allesha's Pantry, if that's where you're going to find them, is uneventful. No, nothing out of the ordinary happens. You get in, obviously it's a long ramshackle house, lots of long tables and benches, a bunch of people dishing out soups and clay bowls, and a bunch of urchins and other homeless creatures of all shapes and sizes getting their meals and whatnot. The swill that they're selling is very cheap, very bland. It brings back some fond memories for you, Colin. But yeah, you see a lot of your old crew. They all kind of look at you and smile and wave and stuff as you come in. Draken's pulling a lot of attention.
Do I see Stinky Pete anywhere?
Let's see. Specific Stinky Pete. Yeah. Yeah, Pete's in there.
I wave Draken over to go talk to Stinky Pete.
What's up, Kong?
Howdy!
Who's your boyfriend?
Hey, he's not a boyfriend. We just one awkward hug. How do you know this?
Well, I mean, I can feel the chemistry between you, Kong. Look at it. It's like sparks flying. Does he breathe dragon when you guys, like, make out and stuff? Is it fiery?
What? You're dick, Pete. No, seriously. Fucking. All right. What? Damn it. All right. Draken, what are we here for again?
Threw off his whole gang.
So, first off, when I do kiss someone, not that I've kissed Kong, it is a little fiery. At least I've been told.
Oh, God.
That explains why his facial
And I'm
hair
not
is short.
interested. Please don't ask. I'm not interested in you.
No.
I appreciate the offer.
No, just.
I'm 13, weirdo.
So you're looking. I don't know what you sigil lights do. Line of fire, there is an age of consent. I don't know what's going on.
Awkward.
So,
Jeez.
so what we're looking for, have you heard information or any killings in the back alley? Something about the ghost.
It's lots of ghosts, lots of killings. You're going to need to narrow that down, Golden Boy.
My understanding, it's stealing the souls from people who look at her, look away from her.
Yeah, still not really narrowing it down.
Well, have there been any recent killings lately in the back alley of children?
Insert Doctor Who theme. Don't blink.
Yeah, that's still kind of an everyday thing.
We'll go with the other topic. You obviously know who LordofChance is, right?
Maybe.
Now, if he was gonna go protect himself somewhere, any chance you'd know who might have an idea, or if where he would go?
Where he would? What?
Yeah. Have you heard rumors of where LordofChance likes to go to the ground, let's say?
Why would I know that?
Whoa.
Because you know a lot of things, Pete. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you're talking about a big man in huge armor that kills people for looking at him funny. What makes you think I would mess with anything to do with that, Kong?
Because you know where to avoid. What's the best way to make sure not to be around him is to know where he is? Makes sense. Best way to avoid someone is to know where they're going to be.
Yeah, see, no. That's not really how that works. I'm more apt to just kind of do my own thing and not get under a fit of one of the biggest people in town. You know, I just kind of eating some food here. Kong, your friend's a little weird. I think you guys should probably go on about your business.
Yeah, I agree. He's kind of giving off some creepy vibes right now. All right. I look at Draken and I go, way to blow it.
Probably someone who actually knew something. Not that it wasn't nice meeting you, but had some more helpful.
Hey,
Get
Kong, before you go, I do have one thing for you.
Draken, why don't you go outside and just wait outside?
Oh, no, it's all good. He can hear this.
All right.
Just
What's up, Pete?
don't get pregnant because your children would be ugly.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just like slam on the table and real hard.
Yes.
And I'm gonna scowl at him real hard and I'm gonna say, "That's a good one."
He offers you a high five.
Slap hands. And I say, all right, let's go.
All right.
I mean, I escort Draken
All
out.
right. So you guys heading back then?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll revert back over to Jimmy and the Master. So you guys are making your way to the Master's house.
Can you tell what?
Just because I'm going doesn't mean I'm not dreading this.
So as you're walking, you're passing through kind of one of the darker parts of town. Obviously, I mean, we're going to the Master's house. As you're walking through, it's like a slight mist begins to gather around your feet. Not terribly uncommon, but still a little weird for this time of day. It's almost like the shadows are clinging to you a little bit more than normal. Nothing necessarily dangerous, but as I mentioned, a little odd.
Unusual. Let's see if I perceive it. That first roll there was actually a raw charisma check I did for myself. This is Jimmy's attempt to enjoy what may be his last day alive, kind of.
He's feeling all right.
And there's his perception.
You notice the fog clinging to your feet.
It's always thick up in this part of town, factories.
Let me see here. Okay. Groovy. Awesome. All right, so Jimmy, like almost like a seductive whisper in your ear. Quiet, friendly, comforting even, you hear, step to me, whispering in your ear, and you just feel compelled to break away from the master and go down the alleyway to your right.
All right. Would you like me to roll a save against it, or is it to compel?
I have already rolled your save for you.
Oh, thank you. That's very
just
kind
in this
of you.
particular instance.
Shit, I'm compelled. Let's say Jimmy was kind of, he was focused so much in on just the sensation of still being up and about, ambulatory, not burned to a crisp by a man in large armor, that he was not at his most defensive, and he just kind of goes with the flow.
All right. Master, if you would, make a perception check, please.
Oh, that should be good. Famous last words, yikes.
Okay.
Embiggened.
Pretty good.
You see Jimmy kind of perk up and then look around and then take a right into the alley. Nothing in a hurry. He's kind of lackadaisically moving along.
Not that I actually want us to get there sooner, but where are you going?
Oh, it's right down here. Come on.
What? Okay. All right. Where are you going?
Can't you see it? It's right here at the end of the alley.
No, my house is. Why are you going?
You
Confused.
Oh, not your
Oh,
house.
got
Not
You-
this. We're here for this.
Jimmy, you feel
What do you mean?
like you don't want the master there. Like,
It's okay. You know what? I'll get it. You hold up a second. I'll be right back.
That sounds very sus.
it is Jimmy.
And then Jimmy turns and is no longer looking. He's facing the other way, walking in the alley.
I'm still following him.
All right.
I really don't care if he wants me there or not, but he's not gonna notice me, so.
Oh, are you going stealth?
Right.
Make your roll, please.
Yeah. All right.
Alright. So, as you are a couple steps behind Jimmy, Jimmy steps into the alley and like the mist just engulfs him. It's like he disappears from sight. The moment you step in, your vision is obscured too. The mist just clings to you. It's not hurting you or anything, but you can't see around it. Sound is...
Even with my vision,
Well, your vision is dark vision. It's still obscured by normal means. This isn't darkness,
Okay.
it's a mist.
all right.
So it's disorienting. Sound is disrupted as it is in a fog. You hear footsteps where they aren't, and sometimes You think you hear footsteps where they are.
This is so weird.
You reach out to grab the wall, I assume. It's slick with slime and condensation. Give me another perception check, if you would.
Okay. Can I also roll for Kris?
Not sure Kris would be much help in this particular case.
Kris has blind sight, so I thought maybe.
Chris's blind sight is based upon heat perception, like a snake.
Oh.
But Jimmy doesn't give off a heat signature.
Oh
Never
no!
mind.
Good try, though.
We tried, didn't we, Snaky
was a strong
boy?
attempt.
We gave it an effort. Now we're in an alley in the engulfing mist. Probably gonna die over here. It's great.
Based on your roll, Jimmy's way ahead of you already somehow. Way ahead of you. And off to the right. Jimmy, you're casually making your way through as the mists begin to part in front of you. All you can see are a pale white pair of eyes, framed by a face that is both friendly and somewhat unsettling, featureless almost. A mane of white hair, and a hand beckoning you on.
Is this enough to spook me into a second save?
No. You still feel this is incredibly friendly. Even if the voice in the back of your head
This
is
is
saying,
perfectly normal.
"Gee, Jimmy, this may not be a good idea."
I reach out a hand, but it's the hand with the mark on it.
Okay.
What's he? Had to go over here. Of course.
So give me one more perception check, Master.
This is not the part of town you want to go off track in. But yet here we are, off track. We had to do it today. We had to do it today. We had to.
All right.
Can't just get where we're going.
So
My hands are on my short swords like, come on. Can we just go?
you can still tell where he was, but the sound of his movement has stopped. You are in the middle of this mist-enshrouded alleyway in pure silence and alone.
Look left, look right.
Can't see 2 feet in front of your face.
I am gonna get out of here.
You turn around?
In a very particular way.
Okay.
Leaving my feet facing the way they're facing. I'm gonna put my left foot at a 90-degree angle to my right, and then turn 90 degrees, and then do the same thing to turn exactly around.
Okay.
And then get out of this alleyway, because I don't know what is in this silence of I can't see. Ugh. Not a fan.
All right. So you make your way out.
I gotta get out of here.
You make your way out.
No.
All right.
I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I'll just wait here, I guess.
So you're waiting. Okay.
It's not the best environment to be in.
What you got for me, Church?
All right. So there you are, at the mercy of this creature. The mists part, and you find yourself in front of a makeshift table. draped in a fine purple silk cloth, atop of which sits a large, slightly glowing orb. The person, the woman, you assume, in front of you, beckons you to a stool nearby. She's grinning at you in this hungry, friendly kind of way, offering you a seat at her table.
Oh, the textual conversations are happening now, aren't they?
She offers you a seat. Sorry, at her table. Purple silk, small glowing orb atop the table. She motions you to sit.
Jimmy looks left and right. Something is pulling at him in the back of his mind. He knows this is somehow relevant.
Perhaps.
He contemplates this as he sits down.
All right. She reaches out her hand, offering it to you.
Jimmy reaches out once more with the marked hand.
She shakes your hand, leans in real close, looks you deep in the eyes, slowly caressing the crystal ball before her, and says,
So, Jimmy, I've seen that you found yourself a pawn in the power plays of 2 different factions in Sigil.
Unfortunate though it is, yes.
I have been watching you, and I see that you can use my help.
I suppose that depends. Are you any good at reading palms?
I've done that for as long as I was a kid. I do offer more services, however.
The word services just kind of, it puts Jimmy almost back into professional mode for a moment, and then suddenly he's actually aware of what's happening again. Just, oh. Well, first, that's a very good trick. Second, we definitely could use some help, Ghost.
I knew as such. I'm a mystic in addition to a spirit medium. Who do you need help with?
A gentleman of some note here in the city. Adachan the bell ringer.
What do you expect to get out of him?
Now, can you get a life out of someone? Sure as hell gonna try.
Adachan's armor is going to make that a little difficult. Have you
It did look pretty thick.
Have you thought about psychically racking his brain?
Little outside my specialty, of course. Was gonna consult with somebody who goes a little bit more along those lines. But it's a good plan. Are you good at that?
I can bring his deepest fears to the surface of his brain.
That really would help. More important question, can you find him?
I can certainly put my resources to good use.
Third question, what will it cost me? I've paid some heavy prices recently.
Just a fair bit of Jimmy, that's all.
Ah, I never thought I would be so happy to get ripped off. It's yours.
Consider it done.
Well, it seems like you're a bit better at contacting me than I am at contacting you. You know where I operate out of?
Yes, I do. I have been watching you.
Good. Good. Well, we got a visit to make. Once that's done, shouldn't take long. Come see us. We'll work out our plans.
Fair enough. You will see me soon.
Farewell, Ghost. I wouldn't wish you luck. You seem to have this more figured out than I do. So you wish me luck. I'll need it.
This can be done pretty easily, Jimmy.
Oh, you might have a different idea of easy. But I'm heading on. Hopefully you didn't send my friend running in circles.
Just a couple.
Their way should be cleared soon.
With this, Jimmy rises and looks around and turns his back to the table and walks back into the fog.
Oh, the fog's dispersing now.
Oh, beautiful. He gets a little ways away and then glances back.
I'm running towards you as soon as I can see. Short swords drawn, like, but running in that crouchy way, like looking around, like
Tactical run.
Are we gonna have to fight now? What is going on? I couldn't see him.
So is it not? It's not the full-on Naruto run with your arms bound behind you.
No. It's like, okay, swords are crossed in front of me, and I'm looking left and right and running down the alley. Like, as soon as I get a chance. My walking speed's 30 feet, so I don't know how long the alley is, but I'm making my way down there to see where he is.
Jimmy gives you the hand sign for all clear if he can see you.
You don't really see anything. It looks like there's
Visible relief.
By the time you get up to Jimmy, all that you can see is Jimmy, and back behind him is like an old broken couple crates and a little rubbish and refuse. There's nothing else back there.
All right.
As far as you can tell, Jimmy just got lost in an alley.
You really don't want to get lost in this part of town. Can we go?
We can go.
Swords
Getting
away.
lost this time was pretty helpful. I just had a little run-in with the ghost.
Wait, what? And you're okay?
See, I knew it. I knew. If you actually see the future, you don't let people find you. You find people.
So you're fine. Then you're.
We will have a visitor to the office later, so let's go take care of business with Nil real fast, and then we got to get back.
I hate to say this.
I've never been more confused.
It is midnight. Yeah, we do have to call it.
And considering that means, unfortunately, Master's not going to be able to talk.
It's all good.
Yeah, that would be rough.
We can pick this up.
Got like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's okay. We can pick that up.
In December.
In fact, if you guys ever want to reconsider our schedule for this, we can just start.
Please.
We can start
I
alternating.
want to do this more often. I'm so yes.
We can start alternating 1 week on, 1 week off.
I can't yell as loud as I want to, but yes. Oh my goodness, please.
I'm in favor of alternating.
Okay.
Oh my
I
goodness, because doing
would
this.
hardly stop Master when Master is so excited, so I will cast my vote with her.
Is anyone opposed to this?
Monthly for me.
Monthly?
Because doing this on the 26th, the next December 26th, is gonna be insane.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I don't.
I don't mind either way. Alternating is alright with me.
Okay. So, Chance, you're the only one that's not able to do every other week.
Come on. Come on, please.
Right.
Please.
Well, that's okay. Would you mind if we did carry on every other week?
Go ahead, have at it.
Okay. I'll keep you kind of informed. You can tell me what Kong would do.
No, that works.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up for here for now, and then from here on out we will start alternating. So And it works a little better for me. It help my aging brain remember what we were up to.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be
Oh,
great.
no worries. You guys
This is gonna be
seem
great.
to be really enjoying the campaign, and I like playing with you guys with this particular setting and group as well. It's been interesting. So yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with it.
On so many levels. Oh my goodness, the ghosts. Yes. I can't wait to actually meet another one of me that's actually like from day one said who they are.
Oh yes. Well, if you're watching the stream, you'll notice the visuals have completely changed. So.
Oh, my
Mhm.
turn. And my turn, they were already
But yes, we will go ahead and wrap up here for you guys. When we pick back up, we'll dive right into Master and Nil and Jimmy having a conversation. And then we'll introduce the ghost to everyone else.
About what? I have no idea.
Oh yeah, well,
Well, now you've got a little time to think.
I guarantee next time around we will be going head to head with the finale of this particular chapter. LordofChance coming to visit you whether you like it or not.
Yikes.
So what I'm hearing is that we need to stall for 4 hours and somehow make it take like 2 hours of game time.
What?
It could work. It's a bold move.
See how it plays out.
But I will say, as always, I appreciate you guys. It's a good game. Tonight was actually I had to do very little. It was a joy to watch you guys role play out characters. Fraeya, you was a very heartfelt goodbye. Definitely tugged some emotional strings. The Master's tragedy was very visceral and heartfelt. Jimmy's confusion was the same. I enjoyed making tentacles come out of Nillios' mouth. That was fun, and I think I'm going to give myself an award for most awkward roleplay moment of the evening by playing a seductive succubus.
I like that we have recreated one of the classic noir moments.
Oh yeah, big time.
That was fun. That was fun.
Because I just kind of wanted to go in there with a plan and see what happened. And we got the classic. We got the plan being completely upended by a shocking reveal from the Femme Fatale.
I'm trying to keep the noir in there as much as I can, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the next chapter is going to be even worse.
Oh yeah, that's the good
But
stuff.
we will save that
But,
for another
yes,
time.
dear viewers and friends.
Very much. It has been a pleasure.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. See you in 2 weeks.